Soul Calibur 6.
Soul Calibur 6. This game I absolutely adore. From its cool looking characters to the unique weapon style fighting system, this game is an absolute glory to play, and it's been around for a long time. My first experience with Soul Calibur happened on the arcade, but which one I couldn't tell you. Now, Soul Calibur 4 is where I really remember playing this game. I had it for the Xbox 360 with Yoda, and he was the most unfair character to really go against. Now, for all its progress, I really don't see people talking about it, especially because in 2024 we have Tekken. Last year we had Mortal Kombat 1 and we had Street Fighter 6, and I would say those three are the big heavy hitters of the fighting genre. Now, for me, I love Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur is my fighting game of choice. But for me, it's a little bit disheartening when I don't hear people talking about it all that much. Now, I had to really go back and kind of find out why, because in my eyes, it really brings something unique to the fighting game genre in a way that Tekken, Street Fighter, and Mortal Kombat just don't. Starting off, when you look at the game in terms of a visual aesthetic, it really comes out as more of a fantasy genre than any of the other fighting games. Mortal Kombat has this dark, really gritty feel to it. Something like Street Fighter has definitely, I would say, much more of a watercolor splash. I love the artistic, oh my god, pronounce your words, design that they have for Street Fighter. It's vibrant, it's light, it really works for that game. Now, something like Tekken's a little bit different. Tekken's a weird mix in between. It has this kind of edginess to it that I do enjoy, but it also has some really goofy characters and just a whole motif that's all its own. And I feel like Soul Calibur is the same exact way, in more of a fantasy setting. You have characters like Siegfried, who are more armor-clad knights, someone like Sophia, who is the same way. You have characters like Nightmare, who are these big, strong, bulky, almost demon-like characters. Characters like Valdo, who is like a demonic gesture. Even ninjas like Taki. The roster lineup is super unique, and each one has their own individual weapon that makes them feel different from each other. On top of that, another thing that Soul Calibur is really good at is also bringing in guest characters. Now, in Soul Calibur 6, you had Geralt from The Witcher, but you also had 2B from Nier Automata, which is another fantastic game people should really be playing. Before that, you had Ezio Auditore, and even before that, you had Yoda, Darth Vader, Starkiller for Soul Calibur 4, all the way to I remember Link in Soul Calibur 2. This is something I think Soul Calibur does best. Because of its already unique game mechanics using different kind of weapons, you can bring in characters that use crazy kind of weapons and thus being able to fit in seamlessly with the other characters. On top of that, I will say that Soul Calibur also has a character customization system that is really fun and engaging to use. They have a bunch of different kind of versions of characters you can do. While you can edit some already original characters, you can make your own OCs, and that to me is where the game gets really fun. I don't know how many times I went and just started creating characters and I just didn't stop. On the Xbox version of the game, I have at least 15 characters already just made and stuff, and it was an absolute blast. The character customization is deep enough where I don't think it's like so in depth, but it's actually just really fun, and for a fighting game, that's all I can ask for. Honestly, I think more games should have character customization, including games like Tekken, the Mortal Kombats, and Street Fighters. I don't think it would be that difficult to actually incorporate that, but yet Soul Calibur has done it so far, at least in my opinion, the best. Soul Calibur does have a story mode. I'm not gonna lie, it's not the greatest, but it is interesting. There's a lot of lore surrounding Soul Calibur if you really want to look into it. Would I recommend playing it? Yeah, I mean, it's still a fun time no matter what. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the story mode itself. I like just jumping into the action, especially playing with friends and when I used to play online. Here's to me hoping for a Soul Calibur 7 to be debuted maybe within this year or next year. All I know is I would be looking so forward to it. I hope that they bring one out. Now, what do you guys think? Have you played Soul Calibur? What do you think of the franchise as a whole and Soul Calibur 6 as the latest iteration of the game? Also, what is your favorite Soul Calibur character to play? For me, it's probably gonna have to be Taki or Nightmare. It's just what it is. Alrighty, everyone. I appreciate you all listening. Check out all my links and stuff down in the description below. And as always, I'm Taylor from AfrofishOG, and I will catch you all in the next one.